Hey YouTube, welcome to RVDaydream. Finally got Heidi in front of the camera. That's one of the reasons probably I haven't really wanted to do any videos, because it seems like that she's never in front of the camera. She's never around.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
So we thought that it would be a good time to sit down and talk to you guys about stuff in general. It's kind of funny because it doesn't seem like that it's been that long as far as us putting out a video, but it's been a long time, except my last little video that I kind of updated you guys on to some extent. But that was it. Now I have a review that'll be coming out. Maybe it's already up, maybe not, and that's on a refrigerator that we're going to try and incorporate in here, I think, in addition to what we already have. We're not sure 100%. We got a long ways to camping season, and definitely, still some time before we go full timing. So on that front, what have we been doing?
Downsizing again.
Yeah.
We move like baby steps.
Yes, we do.
We have everything set up to sell on eBay.
Yeah.
And we can do Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Let Go.
I'm probably going to stay away from Let Go because they let me down. And Craigslist it's just not the way it used to be anymore. But definitely we're going to try to get in the eBay world a little bit more. Now we started selling on eBay back in maybe 2001-ish.
Somewhere around
there. So it's not like we haven't sold on eBay, and we've sold quite a few things. Hell, I sold mopeds on eBay. I sold a car on eBay. I bought 2 cars on eBay. I mean, we've done a lot of interaction. So it's not alien to us. But one of the things that we wanted to do was make it a little bit easier, some sort of an investment to get this stuff shipped out. So I did get some scales, because that whole standing on the bathroom scale and weighing yourself and then holding the box thing, that only works so well. And so I got some package scales. They weren't very expensive. And also we got
the printer label.
The
label
maker.
Here is the living room. This is why we haven't been doing any video inside here. And you can see all these are pretty much empty boxes. This is a review that I have to do of an item that was sent to me. Here's some shipping devices that we need to set up. And here is some stuff we started with. This dresser's got a bunch of stuff in it. There's a bunch of stuff over in that chair over there. A lot of this stuff, we have garage sale stuff amongst this. I think that's just an empty box. Some of this is our RV stuff that's got to go on that bookshelf that's back there, but this is the shelf here we'll be setting up a little bit later. I'll show you what that looks like, and we're going to try to set the station up here. All right, so we're partially, say it, Heidi, partially.
Not partially.
Yeah. So we got some of this set up. I got to read the instructions for all this crap, so I know even how it works. But Heidi's already started throwing some of the garage sale stuff up here so we can get an idea. If you guys didn't know, she was into giraffes, so she got little giraffes, and I don't know. We got a bunch of crap, just like that. Tons and tons, and we were just going to do a garage sale. Whatever doesn't sell on eBay, we'll still do at the garage sale. But she didn't want to. Initially, she said put them all in the box and sell them all at the garage sale. And this is the kind of stuff that people do buy. But the thing is we're not doing anything throughout the winter, so there's no reason we shouldn't try, right?
That's true, and then we can sell them in lots or whatever.
Ooh, we can do that too. So as far as all this stuff, there's a lot of stuff in here that is definitely garage sale, and we are not going to list it on eBay. And this is the tip of a huge iceberg.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, we have boxes upon boxes. Do you think we're going to sell it all? Do you think I'm going to be able to list it all?
Actually, I've already thrown a couple things away.
Yeah.
I guess that if it doesn't sell it on eBay or Craigslist or wherever, and it don't sell at the garage sale, I've already parted my ways with it.
Yeah.
So it'll go in the trash.
Yeah, which isn't a problem.
Or the Goodwill or whatever.
And this is some of the RV reducing. It's funny the stuff that we had in the RV. Oh man, I don't know. We got a lot to do, and at least this gets us started. We have an area to work with, because I couldn't do this in the office. I just don't have the room for it.
I think I might have mentioned it in the previous video, but anyways, just kind of reiterating that, and hopefully, just to tell you guys right off the bat, I just grabbed our good camera, but this is the onboard audio. There's no microphones or anything, so hopefully this is coming across okay. So where are we located right now?
In our driveway.
In our driveway. We haven't gone anywhere. We're still in the same location that it's been since
August.
Was that what? Wow. Has it been that long?
We went on vacation in Carolinas in August. We went to West Branch after that.
Oh yeah, we did go to West Branch. Which, that's probably one of the places we want to go. Now, for Greg and Karen, hey guys, how are you doing? We actually thought if we were going to do some winter camping that we would try to go out to Friendship Acres. And that's where Greg and Karen, they're at Friendship Acres. If you haven't seen our previous video on Friendship Acres, go back and check that out. However, we found out that for whatever reason, they have closed. Well, I know what the reason is. It's hard to keep stuff open and people employed. But they have a really decent on-site bar that they'll serve bar food there, and it's good food. Mm-hmm. And they have an on-site restaurant with an on-site store with ice cream and all kinds of stuff.
Snack shop. But
they closed it for the first time in I don't know how many years. So from what I can gather, they decided to close it until spring. So we like to meet people and hang out in our RV. That's fine, but I also like to go to the bar and have some drinks and maybe Heidi don't want to cook. It'd just be nice because it's right there. It's on site. So
we could stumble back.
Yeah, you could walk back in the snow all the way back to the RV.
Or maybe Greg could give us a ride back.
Yeah, which he did before in his golf cart, which they got a new little golf cart thing. Yeah, we'll have to come out there and maybe get rides from you guys. But yeah, the thought of us going out and camping in this winter. There's one thing that's holding me back. Of course, the RV's winterized, but I wanted to try out the heated tanks and all that stuff. But the more I keep on reading into the heat pads that we have on this tank, the way it's installed from the factory is the manufacturer flat out says that you should not have those pads turned on unless there is liquid in the tanks. Now, having fresh water in the freshwater tank, not a big deal. I mean, that, of course, you might have 10, 20 gallons in your freshwater tank. The thing is I would have to put water in my black water tank and my gray water tank
before
I could turn on the heated settings. And they tell you that you need to put in enough to put at least a quarter of an inch of water across the entire bottom of the tank. And I don't know how much that would be. I know the tanks are pretty wide and flat on here, so I would have to think probably 2 gallons in each. So it probably would be something that we would entertain, but we would have to basically dry camp. We'd have to use the bathrooms on site. Sometimes, and I know you guys probably go, oh, that's kind of gross, or there's been times that we've winter camped, and even though our entire RV is winterized, we might bring some jugs of water, just regular household water, and we'll utilize the bathroom for liquids only, no solids, in the middle of the night. As everybody knows, you start getting older, you start making more trips to the bathroom, and that's not a big deal to re-winterize the tank. That's not hard at all. All you have to do at that point, of course, is flush it out. Fill it full of water, flush it out, and then just pour antifreeze back down into that tank directly, and of course in the toilet then, for it to stand. So that's one way of doing it.
Or you stumble to the.
Or just use the shower house.
Shower house. We usually get pretty close to it.
Yeah, it's funny how we have our ideal sites that we like to go to, but then whenever it's winter, our ideal sites Hey, how close can I get to the shower house? And we've done that. It's okay. We enjoy that. So winter camping still maybe. Now the nicest thing this year, which is a big change, although I think that we might have to do a little bit more still at the house here. If we decide to go winter camping, we might have to pay to have some more gravel put in the backyard. Even though we have a 4-wheel drive truck, and it does real well. I mean, whenever you got snow, thaw, freeze, rains, freeze, that kind of thing going on, the backyard starts to get a little soft, and it's probably...
You have to cut that corner off up there.
Yeah. I'll just end up going through it. Unless there's snow plowed up there, which I don't really want to go that kind of camping. Now, we have one other thing that's in the very early talks. And I say early, not enough. And that is we might be trying to get some sort of get-together put together.
In June.
In June, maybe. We don't know. And we don't know where it's going to be at yet. We don't know how it's going to work out.
We might be able to incorporate 2 weekends.
Right. We might get Heidi to quit her job.
It's not till June.
It's right. You never know what will happen till then. Our
house gets so fast.
Yeah, or not. Maybe Buddy will hang out here for a while. He'll take care of it. One of the things that I wanted to talk, also touch base on, was Heidi's health. She's got some procedures that are going to be done. That's going to be taking some time. She had, they initially thought diverticulitis. They still are not 100% sure one way or the other. They got some testing that they did do. They've got some more testing they want to do. And then there'll be a procedure of some kind done. Nothing serious at all. Nothing to be concerned about other than, she has stomach aches occasionally. So I know that we had a couple people saying, hey, how you guys, how Heidi's still doing.
We'll find out.
January something.
Well, I don't go to the doctor. I get a bunch of appointments. Who thought that we was going to be talking about medical?
Yeah, this is one of the things that I'm getting deja vu with Chico. Chico, Rufus, and Doofus. He was staging himself, getting himself all ready to go traveling full time, and then he had some problems with his legs, and he had some health issues, and he had an operation that was going on, and
this definitely made me realize that we need to hit the road.
Yeah.
I even told the doctor, I said, I got to get all this taken care of so we can hit the road, and he's like, well, we'll talk about that.
Now, as far as us and on that whole health subject, I know you guys think I'm a bodybuilder by trade. In my physique and this jawline that is just sharp as anything. All kidding aside, guys, definitely overweight. And Thanksgiving, I weighed 275. And I'm 6 foot tall, and I know everybody says, oh, you carry it real well. I don't care. I'm still carrying 275 pounds. To give you an idea, whenever I came out of the Army, I weighed about 175, maybe 180. And I feel comfortable right in between 190, somewhere in that range, to 210. Right about there. And if you didn't see, back just when we did our Florida trip back in 2017, I think it was, so just a couple of years back, well, getting ready to go on 3 years now, all that video, I weighed 215 then. I only weighed 215 pounds.
That was 20 pounds later.
Yeah, so back on the diet. Since Thanksgiving, I'm already down to 266, so it's and the whole thing is I said it before, I get tired of being fat and uncomfortable, and so I go on the diet. And then after I do the diet for about a year, then I get tired of being on the diet. This year, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to just moderate and try to figure out how I can make a lifestyle change, which I did before. It's just I didn't hold to it. I didn't like the lifestyle change. It was too constricted for me.
I think it's because we're not busy enough.
Yeah, that is.
I get busy at work, and I do really good at home on the diet, and all I want to do is eat when I'm at work.
Yeah.
I mean, which is weird, but I'm not the only one at work that feels that way.
Yeah.
There's a couple, us girls at work, that's what we want to do when we're at work, eat all damn day. So, it's hard.
Yeah.
I'm not even a bit hungry, but I bet if I was at work, I want to be looking for my snacks in the refrigerator.
Right.
Or eating out of the cottage cheese container.
She called me up the other day and she says, I don't know what's going on. I'm starving. I am so hungry. I could just devour a cheeseburger right now. And it's like a 3-pound cheeseburger, too, that she's talking about.
With bread.
Yeah. And she goes, why am I so hungry? And I said, well, it's, spikes. You've had spikes. You're getting insulin spikes, sugar spikes, something that's causing your body to say, you're hungry instead of full. And then she says, oh, I ate a bunch of cottage cheese. And cottage cheese, it's not low-fat cottage cheese. It's regular fat cottage cheese, which is kind of what's on the diet. However, there's some sugars involved there. And, of course, the dairy has some reactions for some people more than others. I try to stay away from dairy except for, like, some string cheese or something. But, anyways, I don't want to talk about diets. I'm full right now. I
feel fine.
Yeah.
And all I had was 2 eggs and...
some bacon.
Yeah. And that... could be an issue too, is why I'm hungry at work. I don't eat breakfast.
Yeah, and
I'll be eating
I had a couple eggs and
beef sticks and.
Yeah, we can always find stuff to eat.
But when I'm at home, I cooked my breakfast this morning.
Yeah, and we're fine. Plenty of energy. Feel good. And after dinner tonight, I'm sure everything will be fine. Tomorrow morning, I expect to get up and get on the scale and it to be maybe a pound less. I mean, that's usually the way it works for me. If I was more active and doing stuff, it falls off faster than there's been times whenever I've been on this diet in the past, if I've been working and exerting myself really hard, that I could lose a pound a day, and then usually I plateau for a little bit, and then I can go back into it. If I eat a dessert or something like that, I can start back into it. But
I think I'm going to start maybe walking at the mall or something on my lunch, because I think I need to be doing something.
Mall walker.
Yeah, I'm going to become a mall walker.
You got to pump your arms.
I forget how many times you have to go around to make up 1 mile.
So we're working on the downsizing. Our son is indecisive right now at the house. Winter is here. However, we've hardly had anything so far. Knock on wood. I keep on saying that. But he just mentioned to me the other day, he goes, you know what? I think you're right, talking about something I suggested to him. He goes, I think I want to take off and go to Florida, after Christmas, maybe after New Year's or around New Year's. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. I don't know. He's not exactly sure what he wants to do. He wants to find a place to park, and he definitely wants to find work. He likes to do this gig app or something, and it pays real well, but you got to be near a big city to do it. And I told him, I said, you're not going to be able to stay in your van in the city necessarily. But anyways, we'll let him figure that out, and I'll update you guys about it. If he finds something really cool, of course, we'll share it. As far as his van, we got that U-joint taken care of. I think I mentioned that, or maybe I didn't. He did have a bad U-joint, so much so that he had a vibration that had been going on so long we didn't even realize it. And it messed up the front seal for the differential. With that got replaced also. So his van's good for travel again. Yeah, she knows somebody. She knows people. That's going to be one of the downfalls whenever we're out on the road. We have connections for darn near everything we want to get done at our house. Everything. Anything you can really think about. Plumbing, foundation, roof, windows, siding, gravel in the driveway, electrical, lawn care if we needed it.
Anything.
Mechanics, different places, tires. We know where to go for everything. And once on the road, that's all going to change. So the good news is we know, for the most part, what And I suggest probably you guys do that. If you guys are going to go full time, you may want to have and really pay attention to what's a good deal. You know, what do tires normally sell for? What do some of these repairs normally go for? And you can do that, you know, asking people that's around you about your vehicles that you plan on going full time with. I mean, just, you know, a mechanic that you trust, go in and say, hey, listen, if I had to replace my alternator on my truck, how much would it cost? How much would that, you know, how much would you charge? Or how much would be what you normally charge? And how much should the alternator cost? That kind of a thing. Because when you're on the road, you know, they see that plate from out of state and they see you're stuck, and then they start wanting to gouge it, you know.
We were talking about that at work the other day. A customer said, man, I wish I could rent a garage to do this job just for a day.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure that that's out there.
Well, I don't know. Does the military bases still have those Autocraft shops? Do they still have those? I love that. Whenever I was in the service, I removed a bad engine and replaced my engine in my car at that Autocraft shop when I was on active duty. It was nice. I loved it. I don't know if they still have that, but I think it costs $3 a day for me to rent it, and they give you all the tools you need.
Right.
You know, air tools and everything. You just check them out with your military ID. You hand over your military ID, and they give you whatever you need, and then you come back, and if you need more, they'll give you more usually. But yeah, I was just curious if that's the case. If you guys know, you military guys out there, let me know. I don't even know. That might be a thing of the past. But we wanted to say hi.
Yep.
We wanted to sit down in front of you guys and talk about what we're doing. And right now, it's just downsizing, trying to organize the house. The house needs cleaned. It seems like when we clean one area, we clutter up another one because we're just moving a bunch of stuff out of boxes to somewhere else. So we decided maybe we should just clutter up one area, sort of two, with a lot of the garage sale stuff that's smaller, and just try to get rid of it on eBay. And you know, move forward from there into the summer to where maybe we can have our yard sale here then. Unless Heidi quits her job and we get a burr up our butt and we'll call in an auctioneer and just have it all auctioned off. Just let it all go. I mean, that's a possibility too, but we'll try this way first, since I'm not going to be doing much at the house. And as far as a camping trip, maybe. Now, again, if you guys watch other channels, you know, they go out and they go camping and stuff like that. You gotta remember, I hate the cold. I hate it. And when I say cold, I'm talking about right now it's 64 in here, and I'm thinking about putting on my jacket, and there's no wind whatsoever.
Yeah.
I hate the cold. I need it to be 70 degrees. With a breeze, I gotta have a jacket on of some kind.
I don't know what the temperature was when we were in West Branch in December a few years back.
It was like 70 that one day. And of course, you start getting acclimated, you know, cold. And then all of a sudden you have a 70-degree day and it's like, wow, it's a heat wave.
Makes you happy.
It's the same. Yeah, oh yeah. It's the same whenever we were kids. And when I was a kid, and I would fly down to Florida. And it would be, you know, maybe over Thanksgiving break or something, and you get down there and the temperature hasn't dropped at all. And it's like, wow, this is incredible. It's so warm. It's just, it freaks you out, and you're not acclimated to it. And then after a couple of days, it feels pretty decent. And then you come back to the cold here, and it feels really cold. So anyways.
It's chilly.
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly. So that's all I've got to talk about. What about you? Oh, I do have one more thing to say. Of course I got one more thing to say. Sock puppet. Talkie pants. 17,000 subscribers.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
It's
awesome.
It's incredible. It's incredible. I don't know what we're going to do if we get to 20,000.
We'll have to do something.
Yeah, we'll have to have some sort of a something. We'll have to do something if we get to 20,000. We really appreciate all of our subscribers.
It's really cool watching it grow.
Yeah, and I just have a hard time with it. I know, there's so much virtual stuff that goes on with YouTube. It's, you know, you're virtually reaching out to people, and the connections are, made through whatever we're saying and you're seeing and you can relate to or you want to hear more of, and it seems odd because we're just plain normal people that have just decided to do something a little bit different than most. And one of the things, again, jumping back into it, there's times that Heidi and I talked about, okay, the house, we could keep the house. What I'm saying is it doesn't cost a lot of money to live here at all.
No, the cost of living, I talk to a lot of people that come in to my work, and they're like, yeah, I just moved here from South Carolina, moved here from Alabama, moved here from California, moved here from Florida. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
The cost of living.
It's very...
just after a while, they just want to kind of chill out and just get a job to get by. And a lot of people's family, maybe their parents didn't leave, but they did.
Right.
And their parents are still here, or now they have grandkids.
The cost of living in an RV is going to be very, very close to what it is us already living at home. A lot of people go full-time RVing because they're tired of they live in a condo in the city. It's costing them $1,200 a month for rent. Their utilities are, whatever, $400 a month. Their taxes are something like, $6,000 a year, something to that effect, or pretty high.
Our cost of living is probably not going to change a whole lot.
Right. When we move into the RV, we're not going to see a big change like those other people would that have those high costs. We're going to see very minimal change. So we already know that we can, most likely afford it the way we're currently set up. But we still have the thought of something that, maybe in the back of our mind, hold on to the house. But the only way that would happen is if one of our kids stepped up and said, hey, listen, we want the house. We want the house for ourselves. We want to, maybe we want to move there. Now, our daughter and her husband bought a house, over in Warren. They have no idea or no want, I should say, about moving into this area, which I wish they would have, because they would be closer to their, their parent and grandparents and a support system. Our son, of course, right now he don't want anything to do with this area, the house, or anything else like that. So,
and there's really nothing here for young kids.
Yeah, and I wouldn't trust there's very few people I'd trust to rent the house to.
We're not doing that.
Yeah, so the house is going to be gone, and it's not going to be a bad deal. I mean, we might run into a situation where we want to jump back into living in a sticks and bricks. That's one of the things a lot of people don't think about. I just saw a video the other day, so I don't want to be stealing that kind of content as far as what they covered, but they basically were saying, and it's true, that a lot of people don't think about but what their goal is. Their goal is, I want to go full-time RVing. I want to sell everything, I want to go full-time RVing. Well, so do we. But we know we're not going to do that the rest of our lives. We want to travel. We want to do it, a year, 2 years, 5 years, we don't know.
We may stop by somewhere and like it.
Yeah, we may, we might full-time and travel for a year or two and then stop for a year and then pick it back up again. We don't know, but we know that we need to go out and see the rest of this country, and we know that we need to put ourselves in those situations where we might find a really nice spot that we feel really comfortable with, and the weather is more forgiving. I don't mind this area at all for all those things I just said, except it's kind of boring in this area. There's not a lot to do. There's only a few things, and as far as the weather, that's the downer. During the spring and summer, it's not so bad, but yeah. All right, I am done talking now.
Talky pants.
Talky pants. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
Nope.
see how the brevity is incredible, huh? All right, guys. As always, we hope to see you out there.
Bye.
Bye.